Hi everyone, it's Natalie, and today we're going to be doing a little new makeup try-on situation, which I haven't done in such a long time, so I'm really excited. I also have products from a brand that I've never tried before called Girl Cult, and I have seen this brand all over my feed and mostly because of the beautiful packaging and the beautiful products inside. I'm really excited to try these things, and I already have my concealer situation on, so we're just gonna get right into the color cosmetics. I have a couple C Beauty brands to try today. So the first one is in this amazing packaging. First of all, the outer packaging is like the original Pat McGrath packaging that she doesn't do anymore because it's too expensive with the like grommets and the tie, so I love that. Here's the eyeshadow. I for some reason thought it was going to be bigger. This brand is called Juicy, Joocye. This is the shade New Smoky D127. This is the packaging. It's a good size. Like, this is the size I wanted it to be, but I like thought it was gonna be twice as big or something. I think because I have large hands and so things always look tiny in my hands. The packaging is stunning. It has this outer plastic that reminds me of the Hermione Mundus shadows, and the pan inside is this fun like oblong shape. I was kind of debating between whether or not I wanted to just put this eyeshadow on or like do a whole look surrounding it, but I think first I'm just gonna swatch it. So it looks really kind of like sparkly, chunky in the pan. Ooh, it feels, ooh, I wasn't expecting that. It's very opaque. It feels sort of dry to the touch, kind of just powdery, but it really smooths onto the finger. And then, okay, I wasn't expecting all that. Okay, wow. So that's just really opaque and very pigmented. So you can see it has like a purpley gray base and then this really intense silver reflect. So it's more silver than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be more purple, but it really just has this purple gray base with the extremely sparkly and shiny silver reflex. I mean, that's crazy. And it's also very, very pigmented, like wow. The particle size is decently large. To me, this looks like it contains pressed glitter, but I'm not really sure. It just kind of has that texture to it where the pieces, when they're not in the light, are like dark. So it makes me think that it is like glitter. You know, we'll just use some glue and we'll pray for the best. Because I want to really bring out the purpley tones, I'm gonna use this Ramen quad. This one is from the Heritage collection. It's number 2. I'm just gonna use the dark purpley shade as kind of like a smoky liner. I wanna put the powder eyeshadows on first because I don't want to be blending on top of this if it is a glitter, because then I don't want to like be getting glitter on everything. I'm going to use the lightest shade in this palette just to do a little bit under my eyes. One thing I will say is I already have this glitter just kind of like all over myself, given that's something that happens to me. So it's not like the eyeshadow's fault. I just have it all over myself now. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the NYX glitter primer. I just kind of like using this with any sparkly eyeshadow because my eyelids are slightly hooded, and so sparkly eyeshadows really tend to crease a lot on me. So I just kind of have like a little bit of smoky in the outer corner. It's okay, it's messy because we're gonna just cover it up with the sparkly eyeshadow anyway. I just wanted a little something as a base. So now I've picked the eyeshadow up. Ooh, it's so shiny. Like, it's just reflecting every color of everything around me because it's so shiny. Wow. That had surprisingly little fallout. Even with glitter primer, I can get some pretty serious sparkle fallout from some eyeshadows, but this is adhering really well. It is so just like shiny and sparkly, like wow. And it's definitely where I'm kind of shearing it out towards the edges just by patting. It's leaving that kind of purpley base color behind, so I really like that. I just went to go wash it from my hands and it left like barely any sparkles behind, so it washed off super easily, which is really nice. The texture of touching this eyeshadow did really remind me of the texture of touching an Urban Decay Mundo shadow, but just with like 100 times the pigment. An Urban Decay Mundo shadow can never get this opaque. A Mundo shadow is just like so much to follow, even with glitter. It's just crazy. But for how opaque this is and how shiny and sparkly, and the fact that there's literally not one speck of fallout, like, wow, I love that. I'm gonna see how it wears throughout the rest of the day and the evening, but so far I don't feel like it's gonna crease because it has that really dry texture. I think the only thing that could kind of happen is like fallout throughout the day, which like isn't something I tend to experience with lots of shadows. I usually just get fallout upon application. This is the Tower 28 mascara. It's just my favorite mascara right now. It holds a natural curl in my lashes, and it's just very black and very intense, and it's only 20 bucks, so I mean, oh my goodness. No, that's crazy. I really, really like that. And that is so pretty. Like the little packaging is so pretty. Like C Beauty packaging is really where it's at, and it feels nice. So yeah, wow. That's like molten. Wow, okay. Next product. This one, I'm so excited for this. This is so cute. This is the Ramen Better Than Cheek. It's a collab with Inap Square. What does that say? Inap Square. I don't know what that is, but they did this kind of like all black packaging collection, and all the tones are more mute, but this was the one product from the collection that just spoke to me. Oh, and the inner packaging being pink, I really love that. And this little dog, I love that. This is in the shade Berry Dawn. It says it on the front right there. And oh, limited edition ramen packaging is always the best. It's so cute. So this is the blush. It is this really desaturated, like true mauve color. I feel like anytime people talk about a mauve blush in Western beauty, it's just peach. It's just like a less orange peach. Let me give it a swatch. Okay. It's a little bit white based, so really only for the palest here. They have quite a few deeper blushes too, especially in some of their like seasonal collections, but you can see it's just that mauve tone. It's really blending into my skin very softly, very naturally. So let's see. I really love this formula from Ramen. This is my favorite blush brush. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. They don't really exist anymore. This shape is one that I really like. Okay, this is powdery. This is a little powdery than my other one from Ramen. Okay. I feel like it's looking just kind of softly pink on me. I'm just building it up just a little, going in really softly. I like to use like Ramen blushes, 3CE blushes, these kind of K-Beauty sheer matte blushes, to be a base where then I put something more like shimmery and impressive on top, just where I want the shimmer to be. Ooh, this is very natural and soft. It's not as desaturated on me now as I thought it was going to be. I really like that because it's light but doesn't look white. It doesn't have a white, intense brightening like white pigment, which is very popular in Asian beauty right now, is like the white based peach, the white based lavender, where it's just that like really brightening color. Even some of them are just like a white blue just for that brightening pigment, and I don't really like that on me. I can't stop looking at my eyeshadow. It's so shiny, it's crazy. This reminds me a lot of some of my favorite eyeshadows from Terra Moons. They have a completely different texture to the touch. Like the Terra Moons ones are very, very creamy to the touch. They're about $6 or $7, I think. And they're just super high shine metallic finish like this. That's really opaque. But this one just has like an added like twinkly sparkle situation. And I really like this color. I like that. This is like a very good winter blush shade. I feel like I'm applying so much of it. But I really wanted to get the color to show up. It definitely looks way less desaturated on my face than it does in the pan or even on the back of my hand. The back of my hand is a little bit darker than my face, but I don't know, it's just that kind of soft, like extremely natural pink color. Like you can't mess up, and it's really pretty. I like that it's not pulling any which way on me. It doesn't look too cool or too gray or something. I don't know if this goes with the look, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is from Lily by Red, and it's a Love Beam Glow Veil, which is their powder highlighter, which I have not tried before, and I've also not heard the best things about, but I had to have this one from the Smash It collection. This was their summer collection, but it went out of stock, and I was just like thinking about it for months. And as everyone knows, I'm constantly hunting for a dupe for the lime green highlighter that was in the Natasha Nona Diamond Face Palette, but the deep coloring, I'll put a picture up. But I'm constantly in a search for a dupe for that. So this was kind of like the next thing to hit the mainstream that's kind of strange like that. It looks way more green in the packaging because the packaging is slightly tinted green. So it might just end up being sort of yellow or white, I guess, but we'll see. I really like the packaging though. I really like the Lily by Red blushes in the heart packaging, both the powder and the cream ones. So I was like, maybe this will be fine. It looks very soft. Ooh, it's very like velvety to the touch. Okay. That doesn't inspire confidence. It's giving eyeshadow for the face. It's okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. It's just very shimmer. Is it even green? It's like only green to someone who is looking for it to be green. Otherwise, it's just kind of like cream colored, like ivory. That's not looking green. No, it's just kind of ivory. Well, okay, I'm gonna put it on. What's gonna give this the best chance of looking good? That's how I'm gonna approach it. Because the dryness of that on the back of my hand, I'm going to use a Sonia G brush. If it can't do it with this, it can't be done. We do have something after the Girl Cult product, which may salvage things because it's just a kind of balm highlighter. It's called a blusher, but this just really is like a balm. So that might, if it gets too dry, oh my god, that product's so heavily scented. I'll get to that next. I'm just kind of getting the brush in here, like fluffing it in there lightly. I can see that it is on there because it's so freaking white. Okay. We go in a little bit more. It's giving strip of highlighter. It's not the worst highlighter I've ever used. It's just kind of giving shimmer though. It's just kind of giving a little stripe of shimmer on my face. It's not even metallic. It's just like, it doesn't look horribly dry. So that's a positive. I actually really like the color. It's this soft ivory, and maybe it does look green. I think it almost looks just kind of like a cool tone cream tone. It's not the best. It's not the best. So I think we can just kind of cut our losses and we'll top everything with this, which was my plan anyway. By the way, this highlighter was in the shade Soda Beam, which is adorable. Everything about this is so cute except for the itself. This is the Girl Cult Saturn Peach Feast series cream blusher in the shade 22 Blood Peach. Now, I had seen this all over Instagram in like many different colors. Basically, lots of people talk about one from a previous collection, which was like black and turned red. And then from this newest collection, this one was like this jelly. And I was like, I have to touch that. I have to see what that is and what it does. And obviously the packaging is amazing. Like this is so, it reminds me of the video game Myst, MYST, if anyone's ever played, it's classic. but it has that aesthetic. I don't know if steampunk is the right term, but it's kind of this like, it's the vibe. And I really want to like this. I just can't see how I'm supposed to like this. So first of all, it's this jelly texture, so it's very wet to the touch, and I swatched it with this finger earlier, and you can tell because the finger is pink. I've read the ingredients online looking for red 27, and I didn't see it. And it's because the ingredients online are not correct. The ingredients on the box are, and it says that in this shade, there is, oh, and in another shade, in more than one shade, there is 45410, which is the code for red 27, which is the pH color adaptive dye in lip products, cheek products, all sorts of makeup that leaves behind that pink stain. It's not magic, it's just a dye that is fuchsia and doesn't appear fuchsia until it is in contact with the body. So this will stain the skin. It's just not my favorite thing. I also don't want to ruin a brush in the process. So, because it will stain the brush. So I'm gonna use a kind of shitty brush because this is just a balm. It's a very, very firm balm. I really pressed in there when I swatched it on Instagram. It didn't really change the imprint at all, which is nice because the imprint is so, like, I love that so much. Putting the brush in it is kind of mushing it around a bit. So that's good that we're getting something going. And you can see it is wet on there. I like balm products for this exact purpose. If you've placed a bunch of powders on the skin that are very powdery in appearance, I like a balm because it's going to bring life back to the skin and kind of bring that skin-like texture back where you want it. And for me, I tend to always get kind of powdery like right in here. And so I really like to place a little bit of a cream blush that isn't like a set down cream right there. And so I was hoping this would be like kind of like a little tinted version. It has a slight tint because of that pH color changing thing. I don't think it will stain the skin because I'm not really applying that much of it. It definitely has applied. I can feel it's tacky on my cheek ever so slightly. It has a really strong smell. It smells very like chemically fake peach smell. It's not the strongest smell of any product that I've had. I definitely have had, especially K-beauty products that have stronger smells than this. It's not off-putting either, like it's not a bad smell. I'm just saying that it is there, it is present. I smell it on the brush, and I don't think I smell it on my face, but it's very possible that I could get a whiff of it throughout the day. It didn't really leave any sort of pH color thing behind on the skin, which I think is nice. I don't want pink cheekbones. And I think it definitely brought some life back in the skin. It is just a clear balm. It's not very sticky, like it doesn't have a lot of give to it. It is nice. I feel like I like it, but I won't know exactly how I feel about it until I've begun to reach for it and incorporate it into my makeup when I'm using powders on my face. I think there are some pros and some cons, but right now I do like it, and I think it brought back some life on top of that really powdery Lily by Red highlighter. So far, it's like, maybe. It's a maybe. The last product I have today is one that I already know I love. This is my favorite lip product of all time. This is the Ramen Melting Glasting Balm. And I have a couple different shades of it, and I really like them, but I've been wanting to try this shade. It is Veiled Rose, number 12. I have all the kind of beigey shades, and I really like those, but I just want something a little bit cooler toned, so that's kind of this option. They look pretty dark in the tube. What I will say is that these are, the lightest shades of these are much sheerer than the deeper shade. This is from the original line, 01 Cocoa Nude. It's literally the lightest shade, and it is just really sheer. So I really like that one. And then also from the Dusty on the Nude collection, this is probably my favorite one, 11 Buffy Coral. it's just a little bit more like a muted orange shade versus this one, which was more peach. So yeah, those are, I'd say, very sheer for lip products. What I really liked about these is they're those melting balms, but you can roll them up or down. So, ooh. That's much, much pinker than the other two, but it still is quite muted. There's almost like a little bit of a sort of purple tone in there. So I like that. These have a really yummy fruity scent. As someone that hates typical lip product scents, this is my favorite lip product scent, basically. I think the YSL one is my number one, which is kind of like watermelon candy. And this one is just kind of sweet and tropical, like, I'm just like mango. Yeah, just like a fruity tropical scent. I feel like it's mango. Okay, I had a little lip balm earlier that was just clear, so this is just going on top. Ooh, that is like, that is literally the color of my lips. I love that though. That is literally the color of my lips. If you want Natalie's lip color, 12 Veiled Rose from Ramen. That is literally the color of my lips. I love that. Okay. Let me swatch this next to things that I think are similar, because lip products that are my lip color are my favorite lip products. There's our Ramen. I really pressed hard for that swatch, so it melted. It melted on contact. Another one that does that is Gucci. This is another one of my absolute favorite lip products. This is Call It a Day 214. These Gucci ones have a floral, like candy violets scent, which I like, but not everyone does. Oh my god, that's a dupe. It's a little bit warmer than the Ramen one. But the level of sheerness is very similar. I like that. And then another one, Chanel. I feel like this is so funny. I'm comparing, by the way, the Ramen lip products are like $8 and you can also get a discount, and I have a code and everything. So it's like, these are like $50. It's ridiculous. This is the Rouge Coco Flash, with the gold interior in 82 Live. I think even with Live, I'm pretty sure it's Live, because they're all French names. This one's gonna be a little bit pinker, a little bit brighter, but that's another one of my sort of favorite, like, My Lip But Better shades. I think most other My Lip But Better shades I have are like discontinued, which is stupid. Okay, this is totally different because it's shimmery and it's a gloss. The color is the one that I want to say. This is the Chanel Rouge Coco Gloss in 119. I think the name is Bourgeoisie. But it's also that kind of muted rose color. This one's a little bit deeper and it has a shimmer in it, but it's actually very similar to that, which I love. And then just for this is not going to be a dupe within formula or anything, but just for color reference, this is Lisa Eldridge Velvet Muse, which is another shade that I frequently say is similar to my lip color. That's kind of the My Lip colors, My Lip Better situation for like me, for my lips. The way this look came together, actually, I really love it. This eyeshadow is so amazing, and I'm getting another. There's one that's like green and gold, like that one's coming home with me. That is stunning, it's amazing. Ramen blush, obviously can't go wrong with Ramen blush because I love this formula already, and this color is just another gorgeous color added into their lineup. Stunning. Levi Red highlighter. She's disappointing because she's not green, and also because she's dry as fuck. It turned out really nice with the balm over it though. Like that kind of brought it to life, but I don't think you should have to do that for a product. There's other better highlighters even at this price point. I'm happy to have this though because I wanted the little green heart. So It's okay with me. Girl Cult Jelly Blush. I want to try more from this brand. They have all different kinds of blushes. They have ones that are like creams but opaque, so I'm maybe more interested in trying one of those, or like some of their lip products or their eyeshadow palettes. They have like multi-chrome eyeshadow palettes, so that's probably going on my list of things I want to try. This is gonna be my new lip product for the rest of the winter. When I tell you that this is the thing I'm gonna be wearing every single day, like it absolutely is. Boom. I feel like that was really successful, but I really love this look. It's very polished and refined, and I feel like the colors weirdly all went together really nicely. I obviously have this kind of tone in mind right now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye.